Hello, little stars. Did you enjoy the lessons about the mammals and particularly about the elephants and its body parts that Miss Elena prepared for you? Well, I have a book here about wild animals, and those are actually mammals like panda bear, cheetah, koala bear, and elephants. Well, I'd like to read you a story about the elephants. This story is called Elephants for Kids, written by Anthony Fredericks and illustrated by John McGee. My mother is always telling me that I have a good memory. I can remember what to buy at the grocery store. I can remember the batting average of all the players on my favorite baseball team. And I can remember lots of things in school, especially in science, which is my favorite subject. Sometimes my mother tells me that I have a memory like an elephant. I like that because elephants are my favorite animals. My name is Kwasi and I am 10 years old. My family moved to the United States from Kenya when I was very young. Kenya is a country in eastern Africa with large areas of grassland, tall mountains, and lots of wild animals. That's Kenya in Africa. I don't remember a lot about my native country, but my father is always telling me about Kenya and its wild animals. I especially like stories about elephants. I've already learned a lot about elephants. For instance, a male is called a bull and a female is called a cow. A baby elephant is called a calf. Also, there are two different species or kinds of elephants, the African elephant and the Indian elephant. The African elephant, which lives in Central and Southern Africa, is the world's largest animal. So this is Africa. And they live in the central part and in the southern. So all this. A bull elephant can weigh up to 15,000 pounds. That's about as heavy as a school bus. Cows are much smaller. A full-grown African elephant may stand 13 feet high at the shoulder. That's taller than the basketball hoop. African elephants have very large ears. Their ears can be 6 feet from top to bottom, and they seem to be shaped like their home continent of Africa. So the ears are shaped like Africa. Also, African elephants have a single bump on the top of their head. The Asian elephant, which lives in India and several Southeast Asian countries, is smaller than its African relatives. An adult bull may weigh up to 12,000 pounds and stand about 10 feet tall. Asian elephants have small ears. Some people say that their ears are shaped like the country of India. And this is India. So that's their shape of ears. Asian elephants have two bumps on top of their head. And elephants' eyes are slightly larger than adult human eyes. Some people think that because an elephant's eyes are small for its size, that it must have poor eyesight. But an elephant can see pretty well, even in the shaded forest. And it can see moving objects up to 150 feet away in bright sunlight. Elephants walk at an average speed of 5 miles per hour. Even though they are very large animals, they can run at speed of about 35 miles per hour for short distances. Many people are surprised to learn that elephants walk on their tiptoes. The weight of an elephant rests on the tip of each toe and on a thick path behind the toes. Elephants are able to walk very quietly through the forest or across the savanna. Elephants usually live together in two different types of herds. Adult bulls spend most of their time alone or with other bulls. Cows and calves live in their own herds, separate from the males, except at mating time. So the males live separately from the girls and the babies, or the mummies and the babies. Cow and calf herds are always led by an older female known as the matriarch. She is responsible for the safety of the herd and for helping them find water and food. Since the matriarch may live to be 60 or 70 years old, she may be the leader of a herd for many years. And this is the herd of the cows and the calves, the mummies and the babies. Elephants are very intelligent and they really do have good memories. The matriarch is able to remember many migration paths, the location of watering holes, and where food can be found. During the dry season, elephants may travel up to 30 miles in a day looking for food and water. Because she is older and has traveled more, the matriarch may have the best memory of all the elephants in a herd. The first thing most people notice about an elephant is its trunk. An elephant's trunk is made of the nose, upper lip, and muscles of the elephant's face. It's one of the most amazing organs in the animal's world. Elephants sometimes greet each other by wrapping their trunks together. It's almost like a handshake. See? Elephants also use their trunks to draw up water for drinking or to spray over themselves in hot weather. An adult elephant can suck up to 12 quarts of water into its trunk at one time and then squirt it into its mouth. During the dry season, elephants can put their trunks down their throats and take water out of their stomach. They spray this water over themselves to cool off. Elephants use their trunks to wipe their eyes when something gets in them. They sometimes use them to wrestle. Trunkers are also good sniffers. How would you like to be able to pick things up with your nose? That's what elephants do. They can use their trunks to pick up objects as small as a berry or a single blade of grass. An elephant's trunk can also lift heavy objects such as logs weighing up to 600 pounds. That's like lifting me and 7 of my friends all together. African elephants have long trunks with 2 fingers at the tip. So the opening has 2 fingers at the tip. Asian elephants have shorter trunks with 1 triangular finger, so the shape is a triangle. Using its trunk, an elephant can pick fruit, leaves and branches from a tree up to a height of 20 feet, and that's higher than a giraffe can reach. Here is a giraffe and here is an elephant. So the elephant can reach higher than the giraffe with its trunk. Because elephants use their trunks to do so many things, it can take a calf 5 to 6 months to learn how to use its trunk. And when this tool gets tired, adult elephants often rest their trunks on the ends of their tusks. So they put it on the tusks. An elephant's tusks are very long teeth called incisors that grow out from the upper jaw. They are made of ivory, which is similar to bone. Humans have incisors too, but they don't grow as long. So those are the tusks. Both male and female African elephants have tusks, but most Asian females and many Asian males do not have tusks, or they are very short and not seen outside the jaw. Tusks of both species continue to grow throughout an elephant's life at the rate of about 4 to 7 inches each year. Elephants use their tusks for many things. They use them as tools to dig into the ground when looking for water. They use them as weapons, especially the males, which often fight with each other to protect their territories. Elephants also use their tusks as a sign of strength and superiority. The world record weight for a single African elephant tusk is 259 pounds. The longest tusk on the record measured 11 feet 6 inches. That's higher than the ceiling in my classroom at school. Just as people are right-handed or left-handed, elephants are right-tusked or left-tusked. If you look closely at any elephant's tusks, you will notice that one of them is worn down more than the other. The one that shows the most wear is the one that the elephant uses most of the time. See? So this one he uses more than that one. Another interesting thing about elephant is its tail. An elephant's tail can be as long as 60 inches. The tail hairs on the end may be another 30 inches long, and the tips of the tail hair often reach the ground. An elephant's tail is used mostly to keep flies and other insects away, but it can also show an elephant's emotions or feelings. When an elephant is frightened or angry, it will hold its tail high in the air like that. An elephant uses its ears to help keep cool. In hot weather, an elephant flaps its ears to create a cooling breeze. This also cools the blood in the blood vessels in its ears. It's like built-in air conditioning. Scientists who study animals are called zoologists. Those who study elephants can identify individual elephants according to the blood vessel patterns in their ears. There are like fingerprints. No two elephants have the same pattern. Elephants also talk with their ears. The matriarch makes her ears stick out to signal members of the herd when there is a danger nearby. She also moves her ears to tell them it's time to eat, rest, or travel. Family members often greet one another by flapping their ears. When the whole herd becomes excited, they all flap their ears wildly. What a sight! My father's friend Dr. Jacobson has made several trips to the African country of Tanzania to study how elephants communicate with each other. In her research, Dr. Jacobson learned that elephants use low-frequency sounds called rumbling. While humans are unable to hear these sounds, members of an elephant family can keep in touch with one another over a distance of up to 6 miles. They also make other noises that humans can hear. Sometimes they raise their trunks high in the air and make loud trumpeting sounds. These sounds, which can be heard over long distances, usually mean the elephant is angry or upset. Because of their large size, full-grown elephants need to eat between 300 and 400 pounds of food every day. You and I, on the other hand, eat about 2 to 3 pounds a day. Eating that much food takes an elephant about 18 hours a day. It's like a full-time job, so most of the day they just eat. Most people eat lots of different kinds of food like fruits, vegetables, breads, meats, and fish. Elephants, however, are herbivores. That means they eat only plant foods. Most of their diet is just plain grass. Sometimes they eat leaves and bark from trees. They also eat fruits, branches, and twigs. In addition to all that food, an adult elephant can drink up to 3 gallons of water at one time, or as much as 24 gallons of water in a day. Imagine if we drank that much water. That would be about 384 glasses of water every day. See? That many glasses, they are lined up all the way down. So that much water elephant drinks. Elephants also use water to keep cool. They give themselves lots of showers by spraying themselves with water using their trunks. The water cools them just as a shower cools us. Then when the water on their skin evaporates, it cools them even more, just as evaporating sweat cools us. Elephants do not have sweat glands in their skin as we do, so they must keep spraying themselves to keep from overheating. Elephants may wallow or roll around in a mud pit, which also keeps them cool. Elephants often seem to come in different colors like red, brown, or black. But that's just the color of the mud they play in. Elephants sometimes use their trunks to throw dust and mud over themselves. This forms a cooling and protective coating on their skins. My parents sometimes complain about the wrinkles in their skin, But to an elephant, wrinkles are good. Wrinkles help elephants keep cool in hot weather. When an elephant takes a bath, the cracks and crevices in its skin trap moisture. This cooling moisture takes longer to evaporate from the elephant's skin. A wrinkly elephant keeps cooler much longer than the one with fewer wrinkles. But instead of telling my mother how helpful wrinkles can be, I decided to ask her about the baby elephants. She told me that a female elephant usually has just one calf in about every 4 years. Gestation is the amount of time between when a male and female mate and the birth of the baby. For elephants, it is the longest in the animal world, 22 months. That means that a mother elephant is pregnant for almost 2 whole years. A baby elephant weighs between 180 and 350 pounds when it is born. Newborn human babies weigh only about 7 to 10 pounds. Baby elephants grow very quickly. Very often they gain between 25 and 45 pounds in 1 month. See how much bigger is the baby elephant than the human baby? Many females in the herd help teach and protect the growing calves. They also have very caring towards other herd. They may stay near a sick elephant for several days, watching over it and bringing it food. Many people in countries around the world are working hard to protect elephants. Special game preserves and wild animals parks have been set up in some African and Asian countries. When I grow up, I would like to be a zoologist. I would like to visit my homeland of Kenya and help study and take care of the elephants. The end. I learned a lot of new things about the elephants. I didn't know that their ears are just like our fingerprints. They are unique to each elephant. And also I didn't know about the trumpeting. When they trumpet, they make the loud noises that they are actually angry or upset. And the same with their tail, that their tail goes up when they are upset or frightened. I wonder, what did you learn today about the elephants? I hope you enjoyed the story. Have a great afternoon. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.